Well, good evening and praise the Lord, everybody. This is still the Friday evening that the Lord has made, and we have cause yet to rejoice because our faith says to us that God still has everything in and under control. We're so excited to be coming to you on this Friday's First, where the emphasis is really on putting yourself first. Now, we know that the most important part of our being is our soul. And we know that the Bible indicates don't love your body more than the soul. But if it is well with your soul, there is nothing wrong with putting a little emphasis on the physical. So we're going to talk a little about the physicals with our special guest. And you know, I grew up in a storefront holiness sanctified church where the women were not, they could not wear any makeup, and they could only come out in their natural hair. And we have come such a long ways from that, because even the church has come to realize that for the ladies, a little makeup can enhance your appearance. And this has been especially significant during this pandemic situation that we're all going through, where the beauticians and the barbers have been literally shut down. So tonight we have a special show. We'll be joined by some professional groomers and beauty experts, and they're going to share some practical tips for men and women while in this quarantine and while we have to stay at home. Co-Pastor Susie, good evening to you.
Good evening to you. I'm in the posture of thank God it's Friday, okay? It has been such a long and very tedious week for me, but I'm glad to be sharing with you tonight, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful session. So start chatting, hashtagging, whatever you do, Snapchat, do whatever you do, and have some of your friends or family members join us tonight. You're going to be so inspired, because sometimes when we have to stay in and we can't go out, we just let ourselves go. But tonight you're going to learn some wonderful things, some practical tips, how to keep yourself up looking good and all that kind of stuff while we are yet staying away. Remember, even though we're disconnected physically, we're not disconnected spiritually. And sometimes the better you look, the better you feel. So I didn't grow up in that tradition where we couldn't wear makeup and all that kind of stuff. I didn't grow up. That's not my background. We wore makeup, we wore lipstick, we wore nail polish, we did the whole gamut. So wearing makeup, keeping your hair done, and all those kinds of things were part of who we were as we grew up as Christians. So I am excited tonight about our guests. They are wonderful, 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 very experienced people, and you're going to get some good information.
Good. Well, you know, I love you just the way you are. You're a beautiful somebody anyway, and with whatever.
I'm glad you're saying all the right things. Keep talking.
All right. Let's go to our presenters. I want to introduce them to you first of all. And these are either, they're members of our church and products of Greater Mount Calvary Holy Church. And we're so happy to present our own. Our barber tonight, who's going to share some tips, is Gerald Bledsoe. And following Gerald Bledsoe, we will have one of the leading makeup artists in the country and overseas, Letitia Thornhill. And co-pastor, I'm going to let you introduce our third person.
Yes, I am so excited to have one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. He has kept my hair looking wonderful and fine and flowing. He's one of my hairstylists and hair what do you call them, contours?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
You know, somebody who's real good at something.
Connoisseur?
Yeah, that's what he is. Thank you very much. That's what he is. And so you're going to meet him up close and personal. Okay, thanks.
You didn't give his name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Vernon Martin. I was so
Oh,
excited to have all of our guests tonight.
my
Okay,
co-pastor.
Gerald. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Bishop.
Gerald, take it away, Gerald. Gerald Bledsoe, everybody.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gerald Bledsoe. I'm glad that Bishop and co-pastor considered me for this weekend, and I have some fun facts for you all, fun tips, so that you can get through this Corona season before you get back to your barber or regular beauty position. Now, when you start to groom yourselves, you wanna keep some things in mind. You're not a barber, and you're not an expert. You need to understand that some things are going to be difficult, but you can get through it. You're not trying to make this perfect. You're just trying to make this good enough to where you can withstand and be presentable when you go outside and greet other people. So here's some cool tips that you can start implementing on yourself. So the first bracket of people that I wanted to start with would be our people with the bushes. When you have a lot of hair on top of your head, and I can see some of you all now that you all just walking out here all crazy and keep hats on. But you don't have to keep hats on. So look,
Crazy and what?
something that you can do is start with just shaping yourself up. Keep your edges tight so that you can just walk out the house and clean it all up, because a shape up can clean up everything for you. So what you need is a regular barber trimmer, a regular trimmer. So these trimmers, I would not go to Walmart for, because Walmart, you need something that's going to actually cut through the heavy grains that you may have. And since you have a lot of hair on your head, you're going to have to spend a little bit of money. So I will check out Sally's Beautician or some of the online sites if you look up a specific type of clipper. So the first clipper that you want to start with is an edger. But before you get to the clippers, you need to make sure that you start to groom your hair out. So for your bush, you need to start picking it out. So you're going to need a pick. The pick is going to be able to stretch the hair that you can see what you're actually cutting. Now, when you stretch the hair, you want to make sure that you're combing it out around the edges. So you want to get in there and make sure that you're combing around the edges, and make sure you keep it tight. Once you feel that it looks good enough, you want to kind of wipe down around the edge line. So you want to dry out your edge line. So when you put the clipper on it, you'll be able to actually see where you're cutting it. So a tip for you to dry out your edge line would be to purchase some liquid razor. Liquid razor is literally about $11. It will last you for a long time. And then you can get a small version of liquid razor. The small version of liquid razor will allow you to, so you're not spending a whole bunch of money, and you're not going to be cutting people's hair all the time. So you might want to get something small and compact. But what you want to do is take the liquid razor, and you want to squirt it into a paper towel, because paper towel does not leave residue around your edges. I would not use tissue. I'll just use a paper towel. Squirt it around there, and then fold it around your finger. Take it and kind of wipe down your edges as much as possible. This is going to dry out your line, so that when you actually use your clipper, you'll be able to see exactly where you're cutting in the mirror. Now, when you take your edges, you want to make sure that you keep them flat. So right here is the guideline that you want to be going for, right there. And when you're starting at the top, you want to make sure you start from the middle, and you want to ease over. So you start from the middle, and you want to kind of move over as you're going. But you want to check each side and make it even as you go. But when you apply it down, you want to make sure that you touch and you come down with it just a little bit, not a whole lot. And you want to tap and go, tap and go. You want to kind of tap and go, because you don't want to go too much into your hairline. You only want to cut what you can actually see. And then when you get to your edges, you want to kind of turn slightly into the mirror and kind of take it and just come a little bit over and just tap and go. So that's just some tips as far as when you have a long hair, you want to just basically make sure you don't need to cut it down because you might mess it up if you want to keep your hair long. You don't want patches. So what you just want to do is kind of edge up. And then if you have a beard, cut what you see. Do not cut what you don't see. So cut only what you see. You don't want to go too far into what you're trying to cut. You just want to stay around the edge up line. And you want to just basically just make it look neat enough so you can walk out of the house. And especially your mustache. Just take your time. That's all I have to say about that. Just take your time. Slow down. If you're not a professional, when I first started cutting my own hair, it took me 4 hours, 3 hours sometimes in the bathroom because I just wanted to get it right. So I had to cut on weekends. So basically, you want to make sure that you give yourself a lot of amount of time. You don't want to do it where you have a short amount of time to get this done. You need some time to make sure that you get through it. The second group of people that I wanted to talk to is your short hair people. The people that you go in the bathroom and you just want to brush your hair and go, but you want to get it to look nice. Specifically, your wavers. So basically, when you're waving your hair, and you kind of looking a little rough, you want to make sure that you kind of get in the shower first to get your hair kind of damp and moist. If you're already taking a shower, then you can take a towel, a hot towel, and kind of put it around your hair and to soften up your hair. You want to soften it up because if you soften it up, it allows your hair to be manipulated the way that you want it to go. After you soften your hair, you want to take product. So product that I use on mine to help lay mine down is first I start off with the Cantu Shea Butter Pomade. This is very good because one, it helps moisturize your hair, but at the same time, it helps to soften your hair even more, but also keeps a hold on your hair that you're looking for when you're trying to lay down your hair because you don't want any kind of rough friction on your hair. You want to be able to lay it down smooth. This is one step of what I use. So this is basically the first step. So I throw it in there and I want to make sure that I get it all over. So I don't want to use a lot. So basically what I do is I take enough in my hand. And then when I take enough in my hand, I put it in the palm of my hand. Put it in the palm and then basically rub it around. And then I just put it all over my head. That's all you got to do with this. Just put it all over. And you want to make sure you use enough to make sure you can get it in. So you just want to put it all over. Now, after you do that, you want to go to brushing your hair again. So basically, you can get a brush that's the best brush is the ones without the handle, but you want to basically make sure you have a medium bristle brush. You don't want a brush that's too soft because it's not going to get the job done. And if your hair is too short, you don't want a brush that's too hard. They have medium bristle brushes that you can get out of the beauty supply store. So you want to make sure you get that and you want to go to brush. When you brush with the grain of your hair. You don't want to brush against the grain. Brush with the grain. Then when you take the brush, you're done with that part of it. Then you want to kind of get some pomade because now you have conditioned your hair just a little bit to start moving in the right direction. The pomade that I use is the S Curl Wave Control. I use this because it helps lay my hair down to the point where it's actually down. I have a rough grain, so I want to make sure that it's laid down. So I need something strong. I don't want it too strong, but I want it strong. So this is a good grade for me. It's right in between um, a hard pomade and a softer pomade. And basically, I use the S curl. It's very good, but if you are the type of person who have a lot of sensitivity to your skin or skin itches when you put certain stuff in it, you can go with a water-based pomade. Water-based pomade does not have a lot of chemicals in it, and it helps so your hair don't itch. So if you had that problem where you put pomade in your hair and it itches, then try looking for a pomade that is water-based. When you put this pomade in, you don't want to use a lot. You just want a dime size, basically that much, a dime size. When you get the dime size, you basically gonna take it and you're gonna put it in the palm of your hand. When you put this in the palm of your hand for you wavers, you basically just want to get it enough so you can put it around. The way that I apply pomade is that I move it until I get a nice consistency and then it's evenly spread it all over my hand. You see that? You can't even see it, but it's on my hand. What I do is I do a pat system. I want to make sure that it's all on everywhere. So I just want to make sure that it's evenly spread, and especially around my edges, because I want to make sure that it's getting everywhere. And then you also want to make sure that you smooth it on the crown in the direction that it's supposed to go. Once you get it on your crown, then you want to take your brush and then you just want to go ahead and brush it through. I already brushed my hair. I was trying to do it for the video for you guys because this is not this is not easy, and you want to make sure that you are doing everything that you can. So for waivers, you just want to make sure that you apply it nicely, and then you can go ahead. My recommendation is that you use a scully, a wave cap. Do rags are good, but they don't necessarily hold your hair down for you waivers. You can put the wave cap on over top of your do rag, but the best way to actually hold your hair in tight is to basically put the wave cap on it. Now, this is not going to make you look the freshest without the haircut, but it definitely is going to be able to keep you up during this time. Um, what I want to say is as you doing this, just keep in mind once again that you're not the actual barber, so it's not going to come out the way that you used to having, but it will come out decent enough for you to be able to walk around and feel good about yourself. This is tough times. This is something that we're not used to, but just understand that we are here and I'm here. So if you need help, just just go ahead and contact me through my DM, and I'm willing to help you specifically to your type of hair if you do have any assistance. But that's all I have for you today. And those are some of the quick tips that I put together just for this time of need.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gerald Bledsoe, for that wonderful presentation. Just hang in there until we finish with our other two professionals so that you can be able to tell our viewers and our listeners how to get in touch with you. Wonderful, wonderful job. I just decided to wait mine out, and I've grown all of this. I really don't like the way I look, but I'm glad that I'm able to look at all. But I will be going back, so when we go back to Calvary, I will look a little differently, okay? Next, we're so excited to bring to you one of the wonderful products of Calvary. She spent part of her youth and young adult life in Greater Mount Calvary Holy Church, internationally acclaimed makeup artist. Will you receive it this time? The lovely Letitia Thornhill.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much, Bishop and co-pastor, for having me. I want to also give honor to God. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a blessing to everyone with my gift. So I want to definitely first get started with skincare. So during this time, we should all leave this quarantine looking about 20 to 25 years younger. Skincare is imperative. We should be doing facials regularly. Um, you can also do facials budget friendly. So some of my tips to a budget friendly facial, you can use turmeric powders, you can use aloe from your kitchen. There's a lot of different things that you can use to maintain this glamour and this beauty and this fabulous skin throughout the quarantine. Also, rest and lots of water is important. So this time we should be using all wisely to definitely mind, body, and soul, getting everything together in terms of your skincare and makeup. And then also you can have some fun with makeup too. You can definitely create and play with some things that you may not necessarily have been comfortable with. going out and about. But you can, because you're not going anywhere, so you can definitely try some new eyeshadow colors, some things that you may have purchased. And I'm sure most of the women can attest to this. They have a lot of stuff that they purchased and don't necessarily utilize just because it may not necessarily be their comfort zone. But this is definitely a time that you can play in some different, color palettes and things like that, and wash it off. And also take pictures in it. Take pictures, send it to your family and your friends, and let them share their thoughts with you of what they think. So back to skincare, which is definitely my biggest thing, because I can do makeup all day long, but your skin underneath is definitely important. I've been blessed to do my craft for 20 plus years now. So I've worked with some high-end skincare lines. I've also worked with MAC Cosmetics for about 14 years. So skincare is my love, also, along with makeup, but primarily skincare. So using these things that are budget friendly, within your home, coconut oils, vitamin E oils. You should be doing masks at least twice a week. Also exfoliating. So you can create an exfoliating scrub at home using a little bit of olive oil, some refined sugar, and do like a light scrub. If you need some brightening for the skin, you can use turmeric. You can also use lemon juice. So there's a number of things that you can do, to manage and maintain your skin throughout this quarantine, that can cost you pennies. The other day I went to the store and I bought like several aloe leaves, and I do an aloe facial at least twice a week. It definitely hydrates the skin. It's like a drink of water for the skin. So we want to make sure that we're keeping the skin nice and hydrated, and we're doing these things routinely and regularly. We have plenty of time to do it, so there's no excuses. And like I said, when we leave out of this quarantine, we should all look about 20 years younger because we've gotten lots of rest. We've done our skincare routines. We're actually, eating better. Definitely because, you want to maintain this healthy immune system, especially during this time. So yes, definitely invest in your skincare, and not necessarily financially, but time investment. So at least twice a week, you should be doing something to your skin. And day and night, you should be cleansing your skin thoroughly. And then following your cleanser, you should always use a toner. The toner helps to balance the skin and bring the skin back to its natural pH level. Then after that, you need to either use a I'm sorry, not a cleanser, but a cream or a liquid moisturizer. And also sun protection. Sun protection is important too. So use something with an SPF in it that's going to help to protect your skin from the sun. Also, I wanted to touch base on masks. So we should be keeping our lips extremely hydrated during this time. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Not necessarily worrying about makeup and foundation on the lips, but necessarily moisture. Our mask should be disposable for the most part underneath. So if you're doing a filter, that should be disposable. If you're not doing a filter, you should wear a mask that is washable. So you should be keeping this clean because you will experience a breakout if it's almost like wearing the same t-shirt for 7 days. So you're going to get some breakout, and it's not hygienic to keep your mask on regularly without cleaning them properly. So most of these masks you can wash out and hang dry. I will personally wash something that's going to be on my face for longer periods of times with maybe your facial wash. Because sometimes heavy detergents and things like that can also cause breakouts on the face. So you want to make sure that you are maintaining and monitoring the cleanliness of your usage of masks. And we're going to be in these masks for some time. So, I know we have all these cute masks with all these diamonds and bling and, but we want to make sure that we are definitely keeping them clean. And if there are some fancy masks that you're wearing, you can definitely use a filter underneath. And what that filter is going to do is you can dispose of it. So it will be, a daily wear. So masks are definitely essential now, but you need to keep them clean because they will break your face out. And also keeping your lips hydrated. Also, exfoliating your lips. So during this time, you need to be scrubbing your lips, exfoliating your lips, because you may experience some, dry skin because of the constant rubbing of the mask on the lips. So yeah, definitely keeping up with all of these things to maintain a fabulous face, and doing your skincare routine regularly is definitely important and essential during this time. So I just wanted to tell everyone to stay fabulous. Thank you so much for having me. Those are my tips for our COVID-19 pandemic. And stay beautiful and stay young and fabulous. And I'll see you guys looking 25 years younger soon.
Oh, that's boy, that's a good thing to reach for. My God, thank you very much.
I,
Thank
I
you for
have
your
been drinking.
wonderful presentation. Stay with us so that when our next professional gets through, all of you can tell us the best way to get in touch with you. At this time, we have to close us out tonight one of the top line professionals who specializes in hairstyles. And will you receive Vernon Martin?
Hello, how you doing, co-pastor and bishop? First, I think I want to thank you both for asking me to do this. This is a great honor. I can't stop smiling because I'm so excited. Like, I've been interviewed by many people, but bishop and co-pastor having me do this is it just warms my heart. So thank you. I want to first talk to women about eating because a lot of people don't know that eating plays a big part in hair growth. I know we're sitting home and we want to eat cakes and pies and cookies, and our nerves are bad. The kids driving everybody crazy. The husband or the wife, everybody's getting on your nerves. You're like, oh my God, I need a carrot cake. I need some cheesecake. Don't do it. We need to be eating it. This is the perfect opportunity to improve our diets and to make sure that we are cleaning ourselves inside out, because what we put in our body helps our hair. Just like they say, people who smoke cigarettes and stuff, it affects their hair. It's the same thing. We should be eating a lot of fatty fish, fishes with omega-3s like salmon, macaroon, for those of you who like it, and a lot of spinach, avocados, berries. Berries are good for you. For those people who are not allergic to nuts, for a snack, you can eat nuts instead of that cake. So I just wanted to tell you that just try to watch our diets. A lot of us, I know me, I have high blood pressure, so I have to watch what I eat. And then we're not really exercising, so sitting home eating all that food, we're just going to make ourselves sick. So I just wanted to say that. First thing I want to tell you is about products. My mom called me today. Perfect. I'm so glad we're doing this. And she was like, what am I supposed to do with my hair? And I said, nothing. And so she was like, I said, where are you going? But anyway, so she was just like, I want to shampoo it. I want to, do something with it. So my favorite product for natural hair, because my mom she's not natural, but she's like, sometimes she'll go maybe 6 months with a relaxer. So I call her half natural, but she's not really natural. But between her and people who are natural, I love Mazzani. This is my favorite product by them. One of my favorites. It's called ThermoSmooth. It's an excellent product. And this is the conditioner. And you can get it on Amazon or I think just Amazon, or contact your hairstylist. I always tell people to ask your stylist what you should use. Don't just listen to anybody, because your stylist knows your hair. And women with color treated hair, I love this product. It's called Purology. And this is the Strength Cure. It's really good. You can get all this stuff on Amazon. Keep your hair shampooed and conditioner. You're at home all day, put a cap on your hair, walk around with some conditioner, keep your hair. For women who are thin, you should want to hydrate your hair more. So you need something with more of a water-based, because it's not so heavy. And then women with medium to thick hair should try something that's more moisturizing, because it has more like coconut oils and things of that nature in it. So, and then if you're natural and you want your coils to look a particular way, I suggest this Mazzani True Textures. It's a coil. I don't know if you can see it because it's a lot of light. Let me see. Well, anyway, it's called Perfect Coil Oil Gel. It's really good. It's not hard. And you can take and finger through your your natural hair. If you want to wear your naturals, your big hair. And also what I do is, of course, I do wigs. I have a wig line with Erica Campbell. And we have this little girl here. So some women who want to wear like something like kind of curly like this. And then you just take and put a few flexi rods in it. And then you take it out, make it kind of full and pretty if you want to look nice that day, like Tisha looked today. Tisha's sitting home looking like she ready to go out. So you would, do something like that. And then we have all kinds of units to cover your hair up. If you have Zoom meetings, I suggest you buy a wig, not one that you have to glue, something you can put on and take on, like a little bob or, something like this, something with a bang that you don't have to worry about. Or this is a half a wig, so you could, like do a fall and wear your hair out. Because I have a lot of clients who tell me they're doing meetings and their hair look a mess. So I'm like, well, come buy a wig, buy a fall, buy something, because I do not suggest you put a lot of heat or stress on your hair. And if you're going to do heat, use a flat iron, because you can control the heat, but I would not do it over 375. I wouldn't. You just need something to give you a little bend. Hot rollers are back in. Hot rollers are really good for you. You can use hot rollers. I also, even people with short hair can wear wigs. I mean, we even have short hairs. I'm not trying to plug my company. I'm just telling you, these are things you can do that look natural. Wigs look natural now. So I'm an advocate for wigs. A lot of people don't like them. I'm an advocate for them because they're an accessory. They're a hair accessory. They're no longer your grandma's wigs. That's what I said. They're no longer your grandma's wigs. They're accessories now. So you can use them to accessorize. Shoot, we even give people hangers to hang their wigs in their closet. So you can do things like that, but definitely contact your stylist. They know your hair better than anybody. Ask them, what shampoo should I be using? What conditioner should I use? What should I do to my hair to keep it from falling out, from drying out? One more thing also, I had, because I always get questions about color. I do not suggest anybody put color in their hair. So I tell them, go buy stuff like fibers or the little sticks, cover your gray, because usually they only need it, again, for meetings, for conference calls, video conference calls, Zoom family events people are doing now. So if you just want to look nice, these are just little things you can do just for that moment, but it's not worth messing up your hair just to get on a 15-minute call or a 20-minute call. So you get your little hair accessory, do little things like little fibers for color. If you're natural, again, do something, put some coil gel in your hair and play in it, use your fingers and, do little coils and call it a day. But those are my suggestions. So thank you.
Well, we have been well informed tonight. Thank you, Vernon. And since we have you on now, can you tell us how to get in touch with you? If any of our viewers wanted to reach out to you and get more information, could you slowly and nice and loud repeat that so those listening can get in touch with you?
Yes, they can get in touch with me at the Vernon Martin, THEE, Vernon Martin. That's my Instagram handle. They can reach me on there, or at Vernon Martin's Salon.
Very good. Thank you very much, sir. I know you're praying that we will open up fully in this area. I know you are.
Oh my God, every day, Bishop. Every day.
Yeah. Well, just know we're praying with you, okay? Letitia, can Letitia come back and tell us how to get in touch with you if somebody wants to reach out to you?
Okay. So they can reach me on Instagram, which is probably a preferred method. And I actually have a tab in my bio where they can contact myself or my assistant directly and make an appointment, ask me any questions. But my Instagram handle is Let Beauty, the number 1. So Let Beauty 1, and Letitia Thornhill, celebrity makeup artist, and you'll have me at your disposal. I do answer DMs too, so yeah, they can DM me.
Thank you. And you certainly have enhanced between these two men tonight, and you are definitely Let Beauty 1. Thank you so much, so much. All right, Gerald, our millennial barber who can fix up any man's or woman's haircut, can you give us how to get in touch with you, Gerald Bledsoe?
I'm G-Man underscore Gods underscore Barber. It's a lot. They wouldn't let me do not condense it, but just meet me there and I'll be able to answer all of your questions.
Say anything to these professionals?
Sure, we're gonna post all the information too.
Okay.
So if you need it, then just go. They'll tell us what to do. Just go to our website, all of our social media outlets, and you'll be able to get the information and have some one-on-one conferences with them, or talks with them, or chats with them, whatever that looks like. Just excellent, excellent information, and I believe that, I agree with Letitia with the facials and all those kinds of things, and certainly with Vernon with the hair, and how you can just make yourself look good and feel better about who you are. You are an important person, you are a great person, and you just want to keep yourself up. And let me tell you what Bishop said to me while Vernon was talking. He said, I need some good dessert. And then Vernon said, stop eating all that cheesecake and all that sweet potato pie. So you were led by the Lord, okay?
I want Vernon to stick to what he was asked to do. He wasn't asked to do anything in dietary. I would like some dessert, and that's what I said to her. And since she's going to bust me out like that, yesterday she made 2 homemade sweet potato pies.
Right.
Yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Lord have
So
mercy.
I hope that you were. I hope that everybody, just start to feel good with yourself inside first, and then out. And remember that meditation, peace, and tranquility comes from inside. It comes from God inside of you. And if your internal is good and strong and happy, then your external will begin to display how you feel. So we hope that you enjoyed tonight, and we certainly did.
And look, pray especially for me. I haven't told everybody this, but people close to me know that I have always wanted to grow my hair out so I can have some twist or cornrows. And one of the bishops in New Orleans, Louisiana, Bishop Darrell Brisk,
Telling.
Bishop in you threw me off. He has these little things. They look like little worms. What are they called? And they just look. I just want to see how it would look. So if it be the Lord's will, because it's growing, but I still got this spot back here that it would look so awkward. But just lift the pastor up. Thank you all again.
Gerald, tell him that sometimes when you get a certain age, your hair is not going to grow. He's not going to get any twists. You need to be thankful for the hair that you have. Take that bald spot, like Gerald said, put
You
that
look
cream
good.
on it,
You
and
look
go
good.
ahead with your life. You're not growing no hair to have no twist. Why would you put yourself through that?
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye. Love y'all.
We love
Love you
y'all too.
too.
Love you too, Bishop. Okay. Well, after seeing it, I'm cool with it. You heard me?